Did you all wash your teeth today? Is there anyone who forgot? Okay, surely you do it in the morning, after meals, and before sleep. Do you wash your hands many times a day? Especially before or after going to the toilet. Do you all shower daily, or at least regularly? And your clothes are clean, I guess. You're never too busy to skip all that. So you mind your hygiene. If you have a toothache, you go to the dentist. If you feel sick, you see your doctor. You care about the maintenance of your body, but also the stuff you own. You update your phone, you charge your devices, you service your car. But what about your head? What do you do for the head? Or your heart? How much time and effort do you invest in maintenance of your mind? What do you do for your mind, soul, spirit, psyche, mental state, whichever way you want to name your most intimate inner being? How do you take care of your precious inner world? Most people get caught by these questions. They realize they don't do much, or they don't do anything at all. There's no time for maintenance of the inside of our beings. Most of our focus is on the outside. I know, we are bombarded with all kinds of messages about well-being. We are frequently warned about the importance of mental health. Many suggest we should think positively, practice self-love, and exercise gratitude. There's an entire ecosystem of philosophies, programs, methods, and services to help people improve how they feel. Mindfulness, meditation, psychotherapy, breathing techniques, retreat programs, running, going to the gym, all kinds of stuff. There's so much we should do or could do. There are so many roles we are suggested to take on top of all the roles that we are already playing, on top of all the distractions that are killing our focus and ability to do deep work. This is called the paradox of choice. With too much choice, we are overwhelmed and we freeze. So we stick to old habits. This is especially true for people not doing anything. All these offers just increase their anxiety. For them, making the first step is the most difficult. I've been to that place, behind the spotlight of being a hard-working executive. I was frozen and confined in a vicious circle. Overworked, exhausted, always busy, distracted, chasing goals, chasing success. I was alienated from myself. But then it all changed. I unfroze. I woke up, step by step. And all I did was one simple thing. One day, I just started walking. It was the only thing I could force myself to do. I walked. I pushed it almost every day for an hour or more. And what I discovered is what I like to call the miracle of walking and not thinking. I realized this super simple and cheap recreation has so many benefits. I also realized there's a pattern with anyone walking at the faster pace. During the walk, first, you de-stress and offload all the trash you internalized during the day. Second, you kind of effortlessly and spontaneously come up with solutions to problems and issues you have. And third, when you enter a state of flow, what athletes call being in the zone, ideas just start popping out like popcorn. The recipe is simple. Any physical activity raising the heart rate in nature and solitude, that will do the trick. It is super simple. Literally, you just need to walk fast. What I call a miracle is actually no miracle at all. The effects of walking have been known for ages. Walking and other forms of exercise have been studied by scientists for decades. Every doctor will tell you to be physically active and to move around. It's common knowledge. It is natural. Yet, we sit all day. Then we move to the couch. and we spend most time in closed spaces. By evolution, we were made for walking and moving. It is natural to our being, unlike sitting. Sitting all day is not natural. Early humans were nomads and wanderers, moving not only across the park or over a mountain in a single day. Early humans were moving across entire continents. They were crossing great distances on foot in search of food, water, or shelter. As they settled, they nevertheless continued to practice very long walks by going hunting or making a pilgrimage. Most people will associate a pilgrimage with mystic spiritual practices or religion, but people have been doing it before today's religions were established. Nowadays, people do it for many reasons other than religion, and nevertheless, all of them feel the same or very similar effects. And that's where walking took me. That's what I did, a pilgrimage. I took my hiking shoes, a backpack, poles, and only basic necessities. I walked 650 miles across the entire northern Spain, making a pilgrimage known as Camino de Santiago. All alone, in 33 days. No news, no social media, no earphones, no music, nothing. I spent most time outdoors, living as a drifter, wandering around, and I loved it. This extraordinary experience made me realize walking can be taken a step further. Long distance walking really is the next level thing. It was the longest conversation with myself I ever had in my life. It was liberating, detoxifying. It gave me a new perspective. I discovered the joy of simplicity. I became more pragmatic and constructive. It imprinted in me the type of calmness and consciousness I never felt before, and it had a lasting positive effect. Even though I slept in places like this, with unknown people, snoring, talking in sleep, farting, basically without any privacy. Again, nothing mystic about it. Science explains how this complex experience works. Continuous release of happiness hormones in the brain, primarily endorphins, day by day create a blissful feeling. Pilgrims frequently enter an altered state of consciousness called hiker's trance, similar to phenomena known as highway hypnosis. Long-lasting experience enables breaking old habits. It creates new synapses in the brain. It basically reprograms the mind. Physical activity is proven to increase brain plasticity, improve cognitive ability and memory. Also, meeting a lot of new people, being in new environments and new situations, that triggers heightened attention and changes the perception of time, making it appear longer and slower. All of that is known to science. It is nothing new, but combined in one super experience. Being a long-time business executive, it struck me. There's a special group of people who are extremely stressed out. Business people, managers, entrepreneurs, founders. Many studies and surveys report that these people suffer a lot. Burnout, loneliness, imposter syndrome, you name it. The rates are sky high. I realized that walking or doing a pilgrimage is a perfect tool for them. So I created a leadership concept based on this experience. It is centered around just one requirement. Go out and walk, long distance. Do your own pilgrimage and become a pilgrim executive. Transform yourself to transform your organization and your business. Learning while moving builds skills and character. It is not just a gym for your body. It is primarily a gym for your mind. So, here are some of the leadership lessons I learned walking the Camino. Start by knowing yourself deeply. Walking will build up your self-awareness and the awareness of how you influence other people. By the way, I think that's the best definition of leadership ever. If you're in charge, you are the main tool of a company. You are the key resource. Pilgrimage is your self-reflection MBA. It will deliver the biggest return on investment and create impact by forcing you to master all those important soft skills, but through the experience. A pilgrimage will improve your focus. It will help you filter what's important. It will make you patient and enable you to ignore distractions. Looking back at what you walked, you're stunned by the power of accumulated steps taken in the right direction. Suddenly, you understand the compounding effect. You understand the snowball effect on an entirely different level. Suddenly, you see strategy differently. Pilgrims start their journey with determination. They feed it with grit and finish with discipline. The accountability and responsibility of pilgrims is fascinating. They own the process, end to end, 100%. They embrace all the uncertainty. They accept all the circumstances, and they overcome all the obstacles. So pilgrimage makes it very clear. Discipline and intrinsic drivers always beat motivation. Always. We all carry too much unnecessary load, mostly emotional trash. The heavy backpack is filled with fears, stuff we don't need on our backs. So just dump stuff. Learn to let go. Many companies are overweight. There's too much of everything. Having a lot of resources is cool, but scarcity is what really triggers innovation. Finally, you need time to think. We all need it, but we skip it. Most of the time, we act without thinking. We are reactive to our surroundings, triggers, and impulses. Thinking for a month teaches you to always stop and think, even for a brief moment, before you make any decisions. It creates an enlarged space of awareness between the impulse and reaction. Still not convinced? Well, try walking. Making a pilgrimage is one of the best gifts to yourself. To improve leading yourself and others, you should walk so far until no one knows your name. That's where the magic happens. Stop wasting energy in the wrong places. Don't say, I don't have the time, because you'll waste too much time waiting for the perfect moment. And by the way, there's a reason why you won't see much advertising or propaganda about walking. It's because there's nothing to sell. It's free. We've created a world where we put a price tag on everything. But the truth is, most important things in life, the most valuable things, are still free. Walking is free. Love is free. All the best things are free. Well, at least you don't have to pay money. But you do have to pay attention. You do have to invest time. Change and challenge yourself. Give rather than take. Listen more than you talk. I leave you with instructive thoughts of two great men. Greek physician and philosopher Hippocrates said, walking is man's best medicine. He also said, if you're in a bad mood, go for a walk. If you're still in the bad mood, go for another walk. German philosopher Friedrich Nietzsche said, all truly great thoughts are conceived while walking. What they're really saying is, walking will give you balance. It will improve your well-being and boost your creativity. So, if you want to start changing your life for the better, in a very simple and easy way, please, just start walking. Thank you.